At this time, students, you are to report to your first period class. At this time, students, you are to report to your first period class.
Look at your map.
I got confused. At this time, all students should be in first period. Again, at this time, all students should be in their first period class.
That's the best one. Wait, how many people are in this class?
33.
Is it?
I just came up with that number yet. Freshman. I think the way they clean my classrooms, the floor makes my cane slip. My name is Mr. Titford. Today I'm just going to kind of talk to you all a little bit about how I became an art teacher and how I kept my job as an art teacher here at Appleton High School. And just talk to y'all a little bit about how I got to be where I am here. Y'all will be in here during first period? This is first period, right? First period for the rest of the year. Should be a good time. I was born in San Bernardino, California. Do you know where that is? You know where California is?
Yeah.
You guys on the left side of the country. San Bernardino is known for motorcycle gangs, and that's kind of how I got into art. I'm by no means like a criminal or some kind of illegal personality, but you know, when you grow up in a city like that, it's very important that you kind of not get beat up. And obviously, my name has Tit in the first part of it there, so I got picked on a lot in high school, and it was very important that I that I have the backing of the people in my city, so I didn't get picked on too much. So I got into painting bicycles, motorcycles, with spray paint when I was a very young kid. And the way that I came to know Miss Clemens, who is our principal here at Atherton High School, was that I ended up selling a bike or a paint job to a bike to her husband, who was a very big man. He's a very scary individual. He's like 6'8", looks like a bounty hunter. And she liked the job so much that she asked me to come over and interview at Atherton High School. This was in 2004, 2005. And she offered me a job here based on the fact that I could paint a really nice bike, which worked really well for me because I wasn't making a whole lot of money at the time, and Maryland seemed like a nice change of scenery. Oh, and I'm hurt, obviously. I'll be very slow with y'all this year. I'm hobbling around. We'll talk a little bit about how I kept my job here at Atherton High School. Now, art teachers, they're a little bit different than most teachers that you probably encounter on a regular basis. And we are a little bit more expendable, which means it's easier for us to go and come on the whims of principals. So every 4 or 5 years they have what's called a principal's ball. And basically what that is a talent show for art teachers to impress principals, and if they're impressed, they let us keep our jobs, and if not, they send us back to 8th grade or middle school or elementary school, and you start doing artwork where you use handprints or you cut out potatoes and make stamps. That's not my cup of tea. I'm a painter. So this past year I'm up for recertification, and I have to go to the principal's ball. It was held at La Palapas. Y'all know where La Palapas is? It's a Mexican restaurant south of here on 29, kind of near a gas station. I don't know. But what happens at a principal's ball, all the principals in Howard County basically get together, and they laugh and they joke. And they have the art teachers basically have a talent show for them, for their amusement, and they basically rate us on how well we can entertain them. So I got through the first 2 or 3 rounds pretty easily, just doing drawing and painting. It's pretty impressive. I'm pretty good at what I do as a painter. But when it came time for the final round here, I was up against Miss Sampson. Do y'all know Miss Sampson? She is the art teacher over at Wild Lake Middle School. You know her? Dark-haired lady. She used to be Miss Gray, I believe. She got married a few years ago. But she wants my job. She wants to be in high school. And I don't blame her because high school is where the good art is. But it came down to me and her in the final rounds here, and it was like, how am I going to keep this job that I love and I cherish? Miss Sampson was on first, and she did some karaoke. She sung Rod Stewart's "If You Want My Body and You Think I'm Sexy." I'm not a big Rod Stewart fan personally. Would you like to hear me sing the song to you? No?
Okay, that's fine.
Thanks. You can YouTube it if you're that interested. The saxophone part is very interesting. But I knew that I had to come with it because everybody that was a principal was old enough to really appreciate Rod Stewart. They were in their 50s, 60s. And I knew I really had to come with it in order to keep this job. So the only thing I could really think of to do was to resort back to my days in San Bernardino. And what we used to do when we were hanging out with bicycles and biker chicks and the Hells Angels, we had a battle dance that we would do. And it was basically looked like somebody having a seizure, somebody flailing their arms and feet around. And sometimes they would have knives or bottles in them, but of course, here I am at a school event, I can't have knives or bottles. And I did my dance. But I started to look around, and they weren't very interested in what I was doing, and I knew that I had to take it up a notch if I was going to keep this job here. So I decided I would get up on the bar and start to do my dance. And I was doing my dance, I was doing my thing. And it came down to the very end, and I knew that I had to finish. I had to finish on a strong note, and the only way that I could do that was to do a jumping move, some kind of acrobatic move, and to land in a full split. Do y'all know what a split is? Do you want me to draw it on the board for you? You can pretty much imagine. Hold on, I'll be real quick. So I jumped up and I did my split, and my...
At this time, students, please move to your second period class. At this time, students, please move to your second period class.
Jumped up and I did my split, and I landed it. I landed my perfect split, but my groin snapped in half on this side, completely severed. Now your groin runs all the way down to your Achilles tendon, which is down near your ankle. So it's like a rubber band, and as soon as it snapped, my groin snapped all the way down the bottom of my leg here, and I had to have surgery on it on Tuesday of last week. I have a incision right here that obviously I can't show you because it's in a bathing suit area, but it was extremely painful. And that's how I got this job, and that's why I'm here today. And you're lucky that you don't have Miss Sampson, because she's a middle school art teacher. You're lucky to have me. So what you're going to see this year is going to be me being very slow, and hopefully y'all will have a good time. Do y'all have any questions? Yes, in fact.
Not that it's like totally about like this class, just for like how I'm getting into my next class. For the villas, which way would you recommend like going from this class?
The easiest way to go to the villas is when you come out of my door, take a left,
Okay.
and then start looking for a right once you get past the gym, and that'll kick you out the side.
Okay.
And you'll see the villas on the left-hand side there near the tennis courts.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Excellent.
Like I know they are, I just didn't know how to get out of school.
Yeah, exactly. That's the easiest way.
Okay, cool.
Y'all,
Thank you.
and you know the questions, y'all all right?
Yeah, we're good.
Y'all have a great time today.
Thank you.
Yes.